Hello, my classy people. Hope everybody's doing well. And again, big weekend coming up, of course, up there at Saratoga, and big races out at Del Mar, of course, as well. The Whitney up there at Saratoga, and the Test Stakes, and a bunch of others. I think there's 5 Grade 1s and 1 Grade 2 up there, for sure. Hey, but we're going to take a look at the Hall of Fame Grade 2 stake race for 3-year-old colts on Friday. It's 400,000 in race number 7. I doubt if I bet this race, but I did want to put it out there because some folks have some interest. And to me, in this field of 7, very talented, but there's a dead ringer in here, and everybody knows him. Zulu Kingdom. Obviously, Zulu Kingdom is a well-to-do horse by 10 sovereignties and smart strike on the back end. Undefeated this year as a 3-year-old, 3 for 3, trained by the Turf Master. They're going a mile on the turf, and Chad Brown has this one clicking on all cylinders, right? It's going to be a very, very short price. And these are the type of horses I explain to people. It's not so much who's going to win the race, if you have interest in betting them. But when there are underlay and there's no value there, you got one or two choices. You either sit on your hands, or you try to find something that you can hook up in there to have better value. When these horses get to this level, horses like Zulu Kingdom, Sovereignty, Journalism, Torpedo Anna, you're reduced to being a fan because you don't want to bet on them and you don't want to bet against them. So a lot of times, I'll pick a long shot in the race just to see it for some value. And people say, well, how could you not pick Sovereignty? Well, again, not that I didn't pick them, I just wasn't going to bet on them at 1 to 5, right? So again, horse racing, if you're from doing wagering, again, not lecturing anyone here, it's about value. If you're going to risk your hard-earned money, you want a return. I mean, that's the bottom line. If you're a fan, well, yeah, of course, I mean, Rachel Alexandra, her second half of her career, I couldn't wager on her, and she's my favorite horse of all time. So it's not really about who can win the race. We all know that Sovereignty can win the race. We all know Journalism can win the race. The point is, there's no value there, right? Because you got to get them before they become Journalism or Sovereignty or, Goat Zapper or Blame or, Zenyatta, So once they become who they are, there's no attraction there from the wagering side. And it looks like that's the case with Zulu Kingdom in the Hall of Fame Stakes on Friday, 7th race up at Saratoga Springs. I mean, the horse has won 6 of 7 starts, and the only time the horse has been off the board was his 4th start in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and I don't think he had a very good race that day because I think he was in some trouble. But this year he came back all great guns, right? 3 for 3. Won the Columbia Stakes at Tampa, went to Churchill Downs, won the American Turf, and went to Saratoga and won the Manila Stakes, right? Grade 3 Manila, right? So this horse has 7 starts and has literally run over 6 different racetracks, right? So again, is clearly the horse to beat, the number 7. But my top pick here, again, looking for a little value with a horse that had their odds are longer than their chances on winning the race. That's good. And Luther to me is a horse that's up and coming, and could have a chance to upset Zulu Kingdom. So my top pick in the Hall of Fame Grade 2 race is going to be the number 2 horse, Luther. That's right. He's bred beautifully by Franco, right? The Great Britain Franco. On the back end by Cityscape, right? Trained by Fallows. And you got my boy in the arms. That's right, Mr. Rolex, Joel Rosario. This horse is 2 for 8 overall in his career, 2 seconds and 1/3 for 200,000. But it's 0 for 4 this year. But his last race was one that signaled to me that this one is ready to run a big race. Been away since July 4th after winning here at Saratoga the Belmont Derby. Well, didn't win it. He ran third. I thought he should have won the race, but it was a grade one. Earned a beautiful, beautiful speed figure, and it was his first time here in the States racing. So should be acclimated. One to Saratoga, one to the U.S. Air, and the trainer should know which way to go with this one. This is a very, very fine bred horse, and I expect his second race here in the States to be better than his first race out of that Belmont Derby. So my top pick will be Luther, right? And our second pick, obviously, the number 7 horse, Zulu Kingdom. Obviously, the horse to beat, and it's going to be a serious underlay. And let's see what happens from there. But clearly, the horse to beat here, and most likely winner of the race, is the number 7. We just got him second because we're looking for a little value. Our third pick, well, not sure what to do with them, but going to give them a chance. Clever Again. Well, had some bad luck, obviously, in the Preakness with all the mishaps and the bumping and grinding, and got roughed up a little bit in the Preakness. Came back in the Ohio Derby and ran 6. Trained by my boy Steve Asmussen. Ortiz is in the yards, that's Jose, and is by a Triple Crown winner, American Pharaoh. Now, the nice thing, this is the first time trying him on turf, right? So I always like a horse that's trying to do something for the first time on a different surface. And the thing, not only is Clever Again very, very speedy, and they're only going a mile, he's by American Pharaoh, who's a Triple Crown winner, but the grandsire is Galileo. So it does suggest that this horse may have a turf foot. Okay, we'll find out. He does have a race 3 back there in the Hot Spring Stakes that the speed figures do line up very nicely with the top 2 horses, Zulu Kingdom and, of course, Luther. So my long shot play in here is Clever Again. Let's see how he transitioned for the first time to the turf. Very, very young colt, bred beautifully, only 5 starts, 2 wins, and 1/3. So let's see how Clever Again runs for the first time on the turf. I knew they would try him on the turf. He's just bred too nicely on the back end by the Ireland-bred Galileo. And the Triple Crown winner on the front end, American Power. That's our third pick in our long shot. And of course, I'm not going to leave Mike Maker out from any exotics underneath for sure. Out on Bell. Well, I hope no one's out on Bell, but you know what? If you can get it, if you don't want that. The number 6 horse, Out on Bell, trained by my turf guy, Mike Maker. Johnny V is in the arms, a Hall of Famer. This one's by Tiz the Law on the back end by one of my favorite horses of all time. Grandsire is Street Cry, right? See Godolphin, right? They're Ireland bred. Well, 2 wins from 8 starts, 4 seconds, and 2/3 for sure. Has always hit the board in all 8 starts. Mike Maker is a master on the turf, y'all. And again, here's another long shot play if I play the race. So my 2 long shot plays in here would be, of course, Clever Again, which is the number 5 horse. And right outside of him, my other long shot play is Out on Bell. My boy, Mr. Mike Maker on the turf. That's my turf guy. I know Phil D'Amato and Chad Brown and a bunch of Clements and all those guys can do it. But man, how do I favor Mike Maker on the turf? So there it is in the Hall of Fame stakes, right? Hey, the number 7 horse, Zulu Kingdom, is going to take some beating. We all know that. It's going to be extremely short. I expect this horse to be 2 to 5, 3 to 5 at top, right? Just a hard-hitting colt. Chad Brown got him running. But my top pick is the number 2 horse, second time in the States, second time across the surface here at Saratoga. So for us, 2, 7. My 2 long shots underneath those is the number 5, Clever Again, and my boy, Mike Maker, with the number 6, Out on Bell. Maybe Mike can bail me out if I play this long shot. I'll throw a flyer on the 2 long shots, for sure. 2, 7, 5, 6, just like that. Yeah, I'll push the box button once if I play the race. But yeah, let's see if we can upset Zulu Kingdom. Won't be easy. I'll only be throwing a few dollars in here, if any at all. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King. Let's see if we can get around that big head Zulu Kingdom. That's a nice horse. Maybe Luther can hand him his head for the second time. He's 6 wins from 7 starts. That's awfully